So finally, after time and time that I've said that I was going to make a YouTube video, I actually finally made one. And I'm planning on making them for a good while. So, what basically I'm going to be filming is my workouts towards the THSPA State powerlifting meet, which is in 3 months in March. So I am going to be filming my workouts and basically doing like voiceover over all of them. Me explaining what I'm doing, what I'm using, why the gear is used for, and things like that. So this first video isn't really going to go too in-depth about the gear or about why I'm using it. So here I am just warming up my triceps and then warming up little muscle groups that I use during bench. And I'm using a little red band, even though I'm way out of frame. I'm just using a little red band just to get into the groove of things. My first sets are usually just done with the bar and then usually with the plate. I don't do huge jumps with bench just because it doesn't really work out with me. I like doing small jumps like 10-pound jumps, 20-pound jumps on bench because that's what works for me the best. So after doing a few sets, I ended up going to 185 and did that for a double. And it felt pretty good, felt smooth. And here I'm doing my last single before putting on a bench shirt. And putting on a bench shirt is one of the hardest things you can do if you don't have slippers on. Thankfully we have slippers, so you do need someone else to help you put on the sleeves because the sleeve needs to be below your elbow line. So slippers definitely help with that. I'm going to be doing a couple sets with the bench shirt on. And what the bench shirt really does is just create resistance while you're doing benching. So I'm using a tube board right now just to get the shirt measured in right because the groove is in the bench shirt. So you do need to do a couple sets and reps with them with like a 3-board, 2-board just to get into the groove of things. At least for me, that's what works the best. So here I'm doing 275 and then I go up to 315. Like I said, the groove is really hard to find for me. So I did 1 rep pretty well. Then the 2nd rep I just fell off and like the bar completely just flew towards my face. Thankfully I have the rails on, which is the main reason I have the rails on because I already know that could happen to me. So here I am with 295 and I did 2 reps of that with 2 board. And it was kind of a grinder, not gonna lie, but I ended up getting through it. So here I am with 275 with the 1 board and these 2 reps went amazingly. The bar path was amazing, everything just felt good. And then I was gonna go for a single with no board. And this is 285. So I ended up going down and onto my stomach, and from now on I already know that when I get into that position that it's gonna be a horrible bar path. Because of that, I know that my lockout's pretty weak. At least my control with the lockout on with the bench shirt is pretty weak, so I started doing some banded work. So here I am with 135, popping a few reps out with mini red band. And they actually felt pretty good. I did 3 sets of 3 and all the reps felt pretty good and I felt a lot more control over my lockout. So right after benching I went straight into deadlifts and I do pull sumo. And I also do huge jumps on my deadlift. I never go for my 225, 275 and the 315. I just go to 135, 225, 315 just because that's what works best for me. And after 315, I put the suit on and I do, or just a single with 405. And like I said, I do huge jumps, so I just went straight to 5 plates with 495. And then after that, I ended up making a somewhat small jump into 545, which is gonna be my opener for the meet. The rep felt good, it was smooth, no trouble at all. And then I went to 585, which is my projected 2nd attempt or 3rd attempt. So I was just doing it just to have the weight in my hands. I'm not gonna grind it out if I couldn't. So I go up to the bar. So at lockout, I got kind of stuck like an inch or 2 before lockout. I could have grinded that out if it was at a meet, but since it wasn't at a meet, I just dropped it. So after sumo deadlifts, I just went straight into accessories. So I started off with incline dumbbell press. And this helps me a lot just because I feel like I can focus on muscles I can't really focus on while I have a bench shirt. After dumbbells, I decided to go into incline bench, which was pretty light, but I ended up doing paused. So I did with sets with 115, and I just did 3 sets of 3 with that. The sets felt smooth, reps felt smooth, and I didn't really have any trouble doing this, which It wasn't the idea to have trouble and like to grind it out. It was just for me to focus on the bar path with incline and also just work on the small muscles that I really don't focus on. So after that, I went to lateral raises, which is my overall favorite shoulder accessory. And I love doing these just because I feel more of a pump. After editing that voiceover in, I realized how awkward I actually am in front of the camera, so hopefully I get better at that. And I didn't expect myself to be good at it straight away. So thank you for watching. I will start posting more videos. So hopefully the next video will be posted next week, and yeah, thanks for watching.